Hi, I'm a caveman, and I already know what you're thinking, that I must have slept terribly out here on the cold, hard ground. But here's what's going to bug you. I actually slept better than you do, out here, on the dirt, and I'm going to prove it to you. So walk with me through one night out here, because almost everything you believe about natural sleep has it completely backwards. See, you've been told your whole life that sleep is supposed to be one long, solid 8-hour block, and that if you don't get it in one clean piece, something must be wrong with you. And for almost all of human history, that's not how any of us did it. The way you sleep is the strange new experiment here. The way I slept is what these bodies were actually built for. So here's the strange part about my night. Somewhere in the pitch dark, hours before sunrise, I wake up, wide awake. And I want you to understand nothing is wrong. This is supposed to happen. People used to call these two halves first sleep and second sleep. I'd be up for an hour or so in the dead of night, poking the fire, maybe talking to whoever else was awake, and then I'd drift right back down for round two. And here's the bit that gets me. For thousands of years, waking up in the middle of the night wasn't some problem that needed fixing. It was just part of the night. Everybody did it, and nobody thought twice about it. But sleeping in two pieces wasn't even the clever part. The clever part was what the rest of my group was doing while I was out cold. Out here, if every single one of us fell asleep at the same moment, we'd all be somebody's dinner, so we simply never did that. Somebody in the group was always awake. And the funny thing is, nobody organized it. The older folks in my group naturally woke up early. The younger ones naturally stayed up late. So without a single person planning anything, there was almost always a pair of open eyes watching the dark. So when something with very big teeth came slinking up toward the fire, figuring it had found itself an easy midnight snack, it didn't find a camp full of easy sleeping snacks. It found the one old-timer who was already up poking the fire, and he did exactly what anyone would do. He screamed his head off, and that cat left in a hurry. Scientists actually have a name for this. They call it the sentinel idea. I just call it the reason I'm still around to talk to you. But at this point, you're probably assuming I slept half the day away to make up for it, and you've got that backwards too. You've got this picture in your head of primitive people snoozing the day away because there was nothing better to do. But when scientists studied groups who still live pretty close to how I did, they found something they honestly weren't expecting. Those groups sleep somewhere around 6 or 7 hours a night, right in the same range as a lot of us and sometimes even less. And they barely nap at all. Up with the light, down with the dark, and not much fuss in between. So I wasn't out here sleeping more than you and getting worse rest out of it. I was getting about the same, or less, and waking up ready to go. Which does raise a pretty annoying question, doesn't it? How did I manage that with no bed, no blanket, and no roof over my head? The answer's been sitting right next to me this entire time. Fire. And honestly, the answer was always going to be fire. Because fire is the secret behind every single thing I've just told you. It stretched my evening out well past sunset, so I actually got some say in when I went to sleep. It kept me warm enough that the cold never yanked me awake in the middle of the night. And that soft light and heat is what let me relax enough to properly rest, out in the open. And the things out there that wanted to eat me didn't much like the flames, so the fire stood guard, right alongside whoever happened to be awake. Every clever thing about the way I slept traces straight back to that little pile of burning wood. So let's talk about you for a second. You've got a bright little rectangle glowing in your face at midnight, quietly convincing your body that the sun hasn't gone down yet. You've got a machine on your nightstand that screams at you to get up at the exact same second every single morning, whether you're ready or not. And you cram the whole thing into one rigid block and call that the natural way to sleep. Meanwhile, I slept in two easy pieces, with a fire and a few friends keeping watch, and woke up gently whenever the light came back. So when it comes to sleep, I'm afraid you're the strange one now, friend. Not me. Oh, and while we're on the subject of things you've got backwards about me, you think I spent every waking minute out here just desperately clinging to survival, don't you? Working myself into the ground from sunrise to sunset? Yeah. Wait until you see what I actually did with my day. That's next.